The Nigerian Ports Authority's (NPA) introduction of export processing terminals (EPT) in the country's port has been met with resistance from the Association of West Africa Exporters in Maritime Professionals (Awaemap), who argue that it is making exportation through Nigerian ports expensive and unattractive. According to the associations, the export processing terminal, which is contracted to a Lebanese company, will not only stifle over 200 approved export warehouses across the country, but will also render hundreds of thousands of Nigerians jobless. In a press conference in Lagos recently, the chairman of ALMAP, who also doubles as the president of the Barge Operators Association of Nigeria, BOAN, Dr. Olubumi Olumekun, along with the president of the Council of Truck Unions and Association, COMTWA, says the move by MPA MD Bello Koko will put Nigeria exporters out of business.
How can you just come up with something that we did not agree, the stakeholder did not know about? And that's why we are challenging this. We came to know this some time ago when they called us for a meeting in Marina, that we should come for a meeting. And the meeting is that we want to discuss about exports, how export produce is, how they're going to process export produce in some areas. Let me mention cocoa and its cronies, because by the time we dip into all these companies, the 5 companies, 2 were owned by Lebanese foreigners who does not know anything about what I'm doing. I've been in business for over 30-something years, export business. Somebody who come from Lebanon or something just come and jump into my business and start telling me what to do on the business I've been doing, which I say is very rare because they are now trying to put us out of the road. So when they introduced to us that, okay, we now ask them why this, they said no, we should first wait, that we'll have a stakeholder meeting after presenting of certificates to those terminal. I said, this is not what you call us for. You call us for a stakeholder meeting and you are presenting certificate to, that means you've already done your, this thing. Say yes, but we should wait. We can still challenge. There's still room for us to talk. We say, okay, we quickly run back. We'll send a letter to office of the Vice President. We'll send a letter to the Minister of himself of Transport. We'll send a letter to Ministry of Rural and Commerce and Industry. Yes, it's only Commerce and Industry because he was the one direct to trade and investments. So he replied us. I think the minister, the government asked them to reply our letter, and they replied to it, and they wrote a nice letter based on our this, and I will give you the copy of those things later. I will have photocopy. So, and they gave us this, that, and they assure us on their letter that our existing warehouse will now be tampered with. Our existing warehouse, because we have over 200 warehouses all over the country processing exports presently. And they are now want to subject this to only 5. So all those ones will now be closed, and we have only 5 existing, and which are Coco's Chronics, owned by Coco Chronics.
We are referring to a case of double handling. What do you mean by double handling? Every exporter has its warehouse. From the farm, the produce gets to the warehouse. From the warehouse, it is stuffed in the container. In the process of stuffing it, the custom is inspecting. The NDLE, all relevant agencies of government have already inspected, certified it good to go, sealed it, and it has been loaded on a truck. What is expected of the truck is to move straight from where it is to the terminal to board. However, because some individuals headed by the Nigerian Port Authority Managing Director, Mr. Koko, felt they have to be profiting from this. Their ulterior intention is to ensure that they subject all the export cargo into making some payments to their private businesses, establish what is referred to as export processing terminals. We have already processed this. The customer have already certified this cargo good to go. What it means is that you get to the export processing terminal, you drop this container again for another set of inspection. This is double handling, and we are going to expend a lot of time and resources doing this. And what it means to the export and the freight forwarders is not the same to transporters. The agenda is such that they want to chase us out of business. When we drop the cargo at the export processing terminal, we are expected to leave that terminal with our truck, and their own private trucks, which they refer to as third-party truck, will now come and convey the same cargo from the processing terminal to the port. And everybody knows that it is a port that is any truck that is visiting the port that will be loading out import cargoes.
Experts argue that the high cost of using the EPT is unjustified because it does not add any significant value to the export process. They argue that the facility does not improve the quality of their product or reduce the time it takes to export them.
Agro-export, we have to be satisfied to operate, to understand. We have all these standards well established there. And you remember, we have import guide that guides the importation of any goods into this country. At the same time, we have export guide that guide the exemptive export. On that guide, it was well, it's not only the custom that inspect export cargo. We have PIA, that is private inspection agency appointed by government, that is called either COBA, TAMI, whatever you call it. Understand? And on that export guide, it was stipulated there that exporter filing the RFI with this PIA will invite them with custom to the warehouse for inspection at your own cost. Do you understand? Or you bring this cargo, the same cargo, to the port, but everybody know by the time the port was being concessioned, there's no provision for export examination in the port. Every area in the port has been taken over. Do you understand? So the system remains that whatever all these agro-allied produce, you invite not only the customs, please take note, not only the custom, the PIA, the custom, and every regulated body needs to be invited. And that's why I mentioned that satisfied, good to go. Not only that, you access the port through the mail, pay all the terminal charges. I understand. On the APMT, it will be, you will download after the satisfaction of all the custom clearance, the NSP and everything. Your good to go will be stipulated there direct to your mail, not through TTP. I don't understand. The similar thing happened to TCIPT. I don't understand. Any cargo that exists in the MOB, I have my IT here. You have to write a mail to the terminal, notify them that my cargo are bound to access your terminal.